that was when I had said, hey, when you go to North Carolina, I really think you should try to fix things with your wife. And he kept asking, well, what about us? And I was trying to kind of take a step back and see if he would fix things before attempting to pursue things with me, because I wanted to know that if all of these things he's saying, like, yes, we're getting separated, and yes, you know, all of these things that he's saying are happening, I wanted to know that it was like, you were doing this like you said you were prior to me coming in your life, and it had nothing to do with me, you know? And so for me, it was like, I really wanted them to fix it. I would have just, like, left the situation.
Have you ever needed one? Were you ever at a time? When was that? Just that one time?
Just one. I had no desire to go over there. I mean, that's like a situation where he's living with somebody that he's separated from. It's not my life. It's their life, you know? And I started telling him, like, the time you spend with me, spend at my house because this is our space, and that's not my space. And for me, I think it's really disrespectful to go over there. And so we stopped by there once, like on the way to my house, and I was there for maybe like 15 minutes, and I saw a picture of her holding her kid. It's so beautiful. And I remember thinking, like, oh, you're little girl, beautiful too. And when we left, and I remember telling him after that, it was like, have you ever thought about, like, really trying to fix your marriage with her? And he's like, I don't really want to. And I was just like, man, like, you got a beautiful wife, like, she's the mother of 2 of your kids, and I'm just like, you already have all of this stuff. Like, you already have the house, and the car, and the kids, and the marriage, and the wife, and I'm like, are you sure you don't want to fix that? I'm like, what if you, like, try to...
Like, trying to patch things up with his wife, and he told me he loved me, and I was like, don't say that to me. Like, please go try to and I mean, and that might even be in the text too, where it's like, don't say those words to me, and then go try to make peace with your wife and lay in bed with another woman. Like,
he kept telling me, like, you know, I don't want to, I don't think she wants to, and I was just like, please try, like, just please try. Like, I just thought he had such a beautiful life, and you know, and I was willing to just leave his life. I was like, if you work things out with your wife, I'm gone. And like, I was like, if you work things out with your wife, I'm gone.
There was never anything I conveyed to him. I think, you know, not me, like, instructing him, but him deciding to do that because he had me in his life and because he was so, like, infatuated with what we had going on. But, you know, like, I try to put the reason to it at the end, like, why would you wipe out your family to be with me? Like, it doesn't like, compute. It's like, how would that go? Like, hey, my family just disappeared, and you think that I'm gonna just not be concerned about that? And not only that, like, he was so about those little girls, and I always try to, like, push him to do that. Like I told you, like, there'd be days where like, he would want to come over to my house after work, and I'd be like, no, go hang out with your kids. Your kids are home. Like, that was me. That wasn't even him. That was me pushing that. And he would go do it, you know, and he'd spend time with them, but he was never like, oh, I don't want to hang out with them. He'd just be like, can I see you for a few hours? And I'm like, if your kids are awake, go hang out with your kids. You know, if they're sleeping and you want to talk, you call me, but don't do that while they're up. Like, spend time with them. And I just, oh my God. And that is the part that I have, like, the hardest part swallowing, where it's like, why would you take them out to spend time with me? Like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But you said he was infatuated with you.
But even then, if he's so all about me, and I support him being with his kids, you would think that he would want to do what would make what would make me happy
with him hanging out with his
with
kids.
his kids. It's in text, it's in phone conversations. I mean, me, like, instructing him.
You're even saying in here, he's all about his kids.
Yeah. And she was, like, asking me somewhere in there, like, I mean, everything I had to say about him at that point was, like, really positive. Like, I think I made it clear that I wasn't, like, 100% sure this was, like, the man of my dreams and I was going to spend the rest of my life with him or anything, but I was enjoying the time that I was spending with him at that point.
You're referencing that he has 2 kids and then you don't like that because you want to have that experience with somebody else? Is that what?
I just said I wasn't sure if he was the one that I want to be with because he had already, like, done everything.
Okay.
Like, I was like, it would be really nice to kind of, like, have kids and have my own marriage and all of that stuff. That was never anything I conveyed to him. Have kids and have my own marriage and all of that stuff. Yeah, that was me pushing that. And he was so, like, infatuated with what we had going on. You would think that he would want to do what would make me happy.
That's a good point.
And
So maybe
what would make me happy
with him hanging out with his kids.
with his kids.
I didn't know!
You're referencing that he has 2 kids and then you don't like that?
You guys, 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months, whatever it was, you guys had an intimate relationship during that time.
Yes.
Okay. So you're pretty serious. Did he ever tell you that he loved you?
Yes, he did.
Did you ever tell him the same?
A couple times.
Notwithstanding that today, because those thoughts may have changed for you, but on, let's go Sunday and then Monday, or Monday, did you still love him on those days?
I think it was something where it was like, I said it a few times and I meant it, but he definitely felt the urge to say it to me a lot more than I did to him, because it was just all very new to me, and I was like, take your time with this. Like, you don't need to like, rush that, you know? Like, I remember when he was in North Carolina and he was, like, trying to patch things up with his wife, and he told me he loved me, and I was like, don't say that to me. Like, please go try to fit. And I mean, and that might even be in the text too, where it's like, don't say those words to me and then go try to make peace with your wife and lay in bed with another woman. Like, just don't do that. And I was like, it's not that I don't appreciate what you're saying to me. It's like, it just didn't sit right for me, you know? So I just feel like fix things with her. So it's just like, this isn't an appropriate time. And I wasn't mad at him. And I'm pretty sure that's in the text too, where it was very, like, calm, but it's just like, it's almost disrespectful, where it's like, please don't. I'm like, you know, if we get to that point where it is you and me, like, yes, you can say that, but not then. Like, that's...
So you thought he was very genuine when he said that?
I did. I mean, and he wrote it. It's in all those cards I gave you. Not in all of them, but, like, the later ones.
And
thank you.
When you said it to him, you said you meant it when you said it.
Yes, I just didn't say it as frequently as he said it. Like, sometimes he would say it, and I was just like, for me, it was still, like, very, very new, so I kind of, like, took my time and only said it when I was just like, this is a really important moment.
Discussion about anything.
Like, yeah, we talk about the future. I think all couples do talk about the future, but it was never like, hey, I'm, like, leaving her, we're gonna get a house together, you're moving in with me. It was never like this atonement that. It's like, you know, once you guys, all your paperwork's finalized, and you guys have decided to separate, and you're in your own spot with your kids, I was like, I think the days that you're with your kids, you need to be with them, like, full time. You know, I'm not ready to meet your children. He didn't even ask me to meet his children. I mean, not yet, you know, but I told him, I was like, in the future, eventually, if we get to that point where we think we're ready, yes, but I'm not ready to meet your kids. They're not ready to meet me. You're not ready to have me meet them. And I was just telling him, you know, like, I think we should take our time. Like, ideally, I would only like hang out with you, you know, on the days that you don't. And I was like, in the rest of those days, I was like, spend time with yourself, man. I was like, you've been in a relationship for a really long time. Like,
that I wasn't like 100% sure this was like the man of my dreams and I was going to spend the rest of my life with him, right?
dating seriously and like building something with each other. But I mean, that was kind of my standstill on that. And, you know, and I feel guilty that I should have like waited to, I guess, like initiate anything that we had together until after the situation finalized, as opposed to doing it while they were in the midst of separating.
Or I need to leave. I just need some space. Like, it didn't even like process. I was like, okay, like give her some space, you know. And on that note too, when he was in, we're gonna jump back for just a second.
Okay.
I had a thought. So when he was coming back from North Carolina, that was when he officially told me we're gonna get a divorce and we're gonna put the house up for sale. Like, he told me they were separating and they were like gonna put the house up for sale, but they hadn't done it yet. And then when he got back from North Carolina, that was when he was like, it was like sealed deal.
Okay.
I forgot what else was it. Are you guys, am I in trouble because I related to sex?
You're not in trouble.
I didn't know what was going on at that point.
So, I know does that cause questions?
Of course it
does. There is, but is it criminal? No. Is there concern that you're hiding something? Potentially. That's why I want them, or I wouldn't be asking for them.
I know,
And you've been upfront with me about everything. I don't have a concern that you ever told Chris, I don't want you, go kill your wife, or get rid of your kids, or I don't want to date you if you have kids. None of those things ever came out of your mouth. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
So, but
I wasn't sure if he was the one I want to be with because he had already like done everything.
okay.
By the way. Yeah, so we did that, and then that it was more of a mutual thing. Like, he said that he was the one who had initially brought it up,
Okay.
like before we had met, and then like she was on board with it, where she was just like, I'm not happy either, let's do this. And then I remember telling you guys that when he was going to go to North Carolina, I kind of like backed away from the situation, and I was like, hey, I think you should try to fix things with her because you have a really beautiful life with her, and I think you should try to fix stuff. And he kept telling me like, I don't want to, I don't think she wants to, and I was just like, please try, like just please try. Like, I just thought he had such a beautiful life, and I was willing to just leave his life. I was like, if you work things out with your wife, I'm gone. And like, and that's fine, and he'd always be like, well, what about us? And I'd be like, don't worry about us. Like, try to fix stuff with her. And he said, okay, I will. And then when he went to North Carolina, he told me that he sat down and had a conversation with her, and that he told her that he wanted to fix it. That is what he said to me. He told her that he wanted to fix it, and she said no, that she still wanted the separation, and that she was ready to file for divorce. So I was under the impression when he got home from North Carolina that the divorce was filed. That was what I was under the impression. And so then on Monday, when we were on that one phone call where he was just saying all sorts of weird stuff, he again, I don't remember exactly what was said, but it was something along the lines of she was okay with the fact that I wanted the separation.
Right.
And then I remember asking him, I was like, wait a minute, when you were in North Carolina, you told me that you tried to fix it with her, and she was the one who said that she didn't want to fix it.
Okay.
And he's like, no, and then he goes, no, I just told her that I still wanted, to continue with the separation. And I'm just thinking in my head, like, he lied to me, God, he fucking lied to me.
You said earlier you did not know she was pregnant until reading the newspaper.
Yep.
So that never came up in any conversation. There was no indications that was going on.
None.
He never hinted to anything like
Nothing.
that. As far as you, what time you went there?
And I found out that she is 15 weeks pregnant. I did not know that. I was pretty taken back by that. I just felt kind of like disappointed with him, and not with the situation. I mean, if she's pregnant, that's a beautiful thing. That is information that definitely was helping me. So I had to find that out to the media about it yesterday, and he kept telling me, it's like, it's not mine, and he just kept telling me it wasn't his, and he's like, are you mad? I was like, no, I'm not mad at all. I just am like really surprised, and I was just like, please tell me the truth. Like, don't lie to me. Please don't lie to me. Like, this whole relationship, in a sense, if you think about it, is kind of like, it needs to be honest and awful. So, yeah, I asked him to tell me the truth, and he kept denying it a few times, and I was just like, Chris, like, I know this child is yours, and I'm like, well, because he kept saying he was just like, I don't want to ruin anything you have, this and this, and I'm like, Chris, like, you need to not worry about me right now. Like, what you need to worry about is your family. I'm like, all 4 of them, and I kept saying that, like, all 4 of them. I'm just like, I know that's your child. I'm like, and that's okay. I'm like, you need to put all of your energy right now into focusing on finding them and not anywhere else. You know, and then he finally came clean, and he was like, yeah, it's mine. And I knew it. But of course you knew. Like, you know, come on, how would you not know that your wife is like, what is it, 15 weeks old, like pregnant? I mean, seriously. So he told me, and I just, I don't know. I've never I have never felt like he's lied to me. I've always felt like he's been pretty upfront with me this entire time. And then.
So wait a minute, you kind of lost me there. Were you at Nikki's place when Shanann called you?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you were sleeping in her bed.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to work that day, because I didn't have to that day.
Okay.
First time I ever had off. And, you know, Shanann was pissed, and, you know, kind of pissed Nikki off too, that I left. But I think that's when I called Nikki there, and she was like, you know, she kind of realized that, you know, she'd always be like, you know, the second, she said second fiddle. And because that's how I would come like that. Just, you know, I don't want to be anywhere else when Shanann calls. She was already pissed. So it was stuff like that where she would go. She said she would go on like websites and look at like will a relationship work with somebody, like will a mistress work? Will a mistress turn into a relationship?
That's what Nikki was looking at?
Yeah.
She would tell you that, or you heard that? Okay.
Yeah, she said that she would go on websites and look at stuff like that. I was like, why do you even look at stuff like that? She's like, I just want to see what other people have experienced.
But Mike, so that confuses me though, because I thought earlier you were saying she thought you were heading toward a divorce. So why was she looking at herself as a mistress?
This was later on.
Oh.
Like, you know, in August, like the first week of August, when I told her, like, you know, I hadn't had that talk with her about separation. That's when, like, she would start looking at, like, apartments and stuff. But, like, during our July relationship type thing there.
Oh, I see.
That's when she was looking up, like, you know, if it would actually work.
Okay.
She told her friend Brittany about it, I guess, and Brittany told her not to do it, but she said she'd already made a decision.
Okay.
She told me to delete everything. I didn't delete everything. Okay. I'm not sure why I didn't delete everything, but probably helped you guys out a little bit. But
She told you to delete everything?
delete all conversations.
Did she tell you why?
She said delete it. Which I don't think you can ever delete a text message. Yeah, like some of the conversations, like on the 14th, got a little weird. I think that's when she met with CBI or something, or FBI. I'm not sure who she met with first.
So she talked to you after she met with?
No.
Oh, she
That
didn't.
was like she had told me like, this is the last time you'll probably hear from me. I'm going to stay at my friend Jim's place while this is all going on. She said not to contact her until this is done.
Hi. It's me. I guess just call me back when you have a chance. Bye. Hi. It's me. I miss your face. I was just calling to say hi. Call me back. Bye.